Enough messing around. Guys dancing around the pool all summer, chasing the girls around. It's time for football. Looking at you, Kurt. Gotta get ready, man.
Oh, yeah?
Gotta do some up-downs after the show.
Up-downs!
We got grass drills.
Oh.
Gotta get ready. We got some bear crawls.
Smoke a little bit of
barrel rolls. No, not those grass
Oh.
drills, Kurt. You can do with this guy.
Yeah, but we worked rock and roll radio in the 90s. A lot of stuff's messed up in my head.
Chong,
Bringing the smoke. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're not focused. You're not ready for football. You're out there partying with your rock and roll friends. And I don't appreciate the people you're hanging out with.
Well,
I need you to sign this
nice
letter
people.
of intent to tell us that you're going to be on the up and up all season long, boys. All season long. Now
they're fun. They're fun people.
Yeah, I bet you they're fun, but they're ruining your game.
Oh.
They can't ruin your game. Saturday. We start with some UConn football, and then next weekend, Thursday, actually, September 5th, we're going to be loud and proud out there at our favorite spot, north of the studio we're sitting in right now, Bobby V's, home of the original rap. Our man Bobby Valentine, he's like, Rob, the best way to start the NFL season is at Bobby V's, my place, with you, your friend Ben. You do the show live. We'll watch the Ravens. We'll watch the Chiefs. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to get the football season started right. We're like, Bobby, you're right. We're going to do it again this year like we did last year, kicking things off in front of that monster screen, 80 other televisions, and your gambling purpose is served. All the food, all the specials. Our friends at Bud Light sending us up there Thursday to kick off the NFL season. And one thing we have yet to do is make our NFL predictions. I was asked yesterday, what's your prediction for the NFL? I said, predictions? Pay. Let's get it going with the individual player predictions. We'll save the teams for tomorrow. We'll do the individual player stuff today. First question is, everybody wants to know quarterback this, quarterback that. I don't care about how good you think the quarterback's going to be. I only want to know one thing from you guys. What quarterback is actually going to start all 17 games in the season? Who cares if he's going to be great and he's an MVP and he's going to win you a Super Bowl and then 4 plays later, snap, there goes an Achilles. Not talking about those guys. I'm talking about a guy tried and true, the Isaiah Hartensteins, if I will, in the NFL playing quarterback. He's the Nick that played 82 games every year, but now he's on the Oklahoma State. Quarterback who's going to play all 17. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I will. I got your guy Joe Burrow playing all 17 this year.
You do.
I do think that this is
they're protecting him that much.
It's the first year, but it is like I can feel last year how slow they started in his absence. I know they were serviceable.
Played 10 games last year.
But this team is so much better when he is playing quarterback. Demolition Man this year, he dyed the hair, and he is ready for war. And I think that Joe Burrow will survive, will last, will bring his team to the playoffs because he plays all 17 games.
All right, this guy can squat the weight of like a Suburban.
This was my second pick, and I love it.
You don't get it. Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
No, I love that.
Jalen Hurts. No,
That's probably a
there's
better
good
idea
10
than
guys
what I'm
that
going to
played
do.
17 games last year, but Jalen Hurts, because he's kind of like indestructible.
Well, he did play last year hurt. At least that's what I thought. He's not going to be the one to admit it to. You know how much I love this guy, man. Jalen Hurts, true leader.
This is just playing all 17.
Just playing all 17. I'm not talking about winning no Super Bowl.
Or
I'm not talking about
MVPs or any of that.
Right. I'm just talking about who is going to start all 17 games at the spot of quarterback. Kurt?
I'm going to do something really stupid.
You always do.
Yeah, because, you think durability and being mobile don't really go hand in hand, but I'll go with Lamar.
Ooh, Lamar. You guys are risking it.
Yep.
We all are, actually. Actually, there's not a person you could put
Played
in this
16
category.
last year. You only missed one game.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Pretty good pick.
And you got to think of this. What if they're doing so well by the week 17?
Oh, didn't even think of
I
that.
mean, I wanted to
Get
go
the
with some of the
start.
young bucks. I mean, C.J. Stroud came to mind.
Yeah,
That guy,
DJ
he's
Stroud
nails.
came to mind. I don't want to put any kind of bad juju on that.
No.
though.
No.
Not
But
even.
Lamar's a good. These guys are pretty young. I mean, Trevor Lawrence played 16 last year, and I kind of think the guys will play hurt that are going to be free agents. Trevor Lawrence is a free agent. Dak is a free agent if he doesn't sign. So some of these guys that have to kind of play the whole year, they're going to try to be
We
out
had
there.
60 starting quarterbacks in the league last year.
That's
60
huge.
different starting quarterbacks, one of the biggest numbers the league has ever seen. All right, flip side of that coin, who will not start all 17? You guarantee it. This guy will not be starting 17 weeks during the NFL season. I love this guy.
Bailey Zappi? You can't pick a backup. You got to
Somebody
go to
that's
starter.
already starting. Nice try, Dibs. I
know.
see your tricks.
I went right to the bottom.
Should have been
I'm
ready
like
for
number
that.
60.
Should have been ready for that.
You know me. I'm tricky.
Now, I know this guy is scheduled to start week 1, but I do not think he is going to last to week 17. It's going to be unfortunate. He is going to be red hot. He should probably be in the running for Rookie of the Year, but I don't think the Bears are going to protect Caleb Williams.
Wow, that's awful.
Now, by the way, I didn't tell the listeners this. This is what we do with our NFL picks. We put them in an envelope, and then we open them up after the Super Bowl or right before the Super Bowl to see where we were wrong or right. I hope I'm wrong on that.
We don't want anybody to get hurt.
This is kind of what Kurt does because I'm a Bears fan, and I want
Yep.
Caleb Williams to win the Super Bowl for the Bears. But I feel like if I pick that, he's going to get injured week 1. So if I say he's going to get injured in the course of the season, maybe he will be the MVP.
Okay, I like
just,
that.
I think because this guy's getting up there in years, I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford.
I love that.
That makes sense.
Gosh, and
I don't
he-
want to put bad juju on
No,
him either.
I mean, he
but
played
No.
15 last year.
Yeah.
He's saying all 17. So
Yeah, all 17.
There's some dudes that, like Trevor Lawrence played 16. C.J. Stroud played 15. I don't think he started opening day, or maybe he was hurt. Brock Purdy only had 16 starts last year.
Now,
So I don't
was
want to
that
put
a
that on
week
anybody. I hate
17
people to get. I
situation?
don't want them to get injured.
No, he was hurt. Yeah, that's right. He twisted.
I mean,
his
Joe
knee a little
Burrow
bit.
10. Joe Burrow gets banged up a lot.
But it's always the calf, and it's always like a non-contact.
But it
and
was
it's
his
always
wrist.
the game- Oh yeah,
His
that's
passion.
right. The wrist.
That
How about
was
the wrist?
gnarly. All of a sudden, it's like I can't throw.
Kurt, who's not going to start all 17?
I think just from the mileage, I'm going to go with Mahomes.
Wow.
You know, because
Yeah, that's a
you're
good
playing
pick.
so much extra football compared to the rest of the league.
You know why I would go with Mahomes is because I don't know if you guys noticed some of these awesome plays that he makes, and he is awesome. He hangs in the pocket way too long sometimes. And remember that one last year we got contorted? Was it the AFC Championship game? He gets contorted in the pocket as he's throwing. Both of us thought he broke his back on
Yeah.
that play. The dude is a warrior. The dude can make things happen
And
while
he
he's
tries
falling.
to extend plays so
Right,
much. He'll
right.
throw it underhand. He'll throw a sidearm. He'll do all kind of throw it behind his back, left-handed.
Which leads to more contact.
That's right.
I had one and earlier in the day when I was doing this worksheet, and I crossed it off because I thought you guys were definitely going to have it. And I thought somebody was going to say it, and nobody's going to say it.
Dak?
Huh? We're all just going to pretend that this 40-year-old dude who played
Oh,
4
Aaron
plays
Rodgers.
is just going to pretend that this guy's going to play all.
I don't even have him on my list here.
Oh, he's off my radar. I'm sick of talking about him.
My list goes to 50. He only played one game and not even. He played
Didn't even.
75 seconds.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him play.
75 seconds.
Got a lot of money for that.
Rookie of the Year, gentlemen. Plenty of quarterbacks to choose from. There's also a couple of running backs that look a little tasty. Dare you put a defender on this list? Rookie of the Year offense. Let's do that.
Now, I'm going to
Rookie
go
of the-
against you here and go Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Ooh, Rookie of the Year for Dibs. Caleb Williams.
We love
I
this
love
guy.
him. I think his ability to throw on the run is understated, and a lot of people are going to learn. And as much as I always try telling people, do not start quarterbacks rolling to the left when they're right-handed. This guy can make excellent throws rolling to the left. Seen it already in the preseason. He's going to be good.
I
man.
think the Bears updated their line, but they also updated the weapons that he has
Keenan
to throw
Allen?
and get the right. Exactly.
Allen, DJ Morgan, those are 2 number ones. on the
DeAndre
outside.
Swift is his tailback, so I
The
mean,
Cole Clement guy or Komet, the tight end that he's got to work with, they've got some weapons. But
Cole
again,
Kmet, you are correct.
They need to block for him. And the thing is, when he does get out of the pocket, It's not the Pac-12. They play defense in this league, and keep your head on a swivel because they will kill you.
Oh, their defense is hungry as bears.
I'm going to go with Bo Nix.
Bo Nix!
I'm going to go with Bo Nix. Wait, you like that one, Namath? All right, I get some love from Namath on this one. Bo Nix is going to win the job in the Broncos, and Sean Payton does know what the hell he's doing. I think everyone's going to see in Pittsburgh really what was going on in Denver last year with Russell Wilson. Give me Bo Nix. I think he's Rookie of the Year. He's off the Here's another reason I love Bo Nix. He's an old dude. He's one of these oldie Olsons.
24, 25 years old.
Right. Give me Bo Nix. Rookie of the Year.
You know what?
What?
Zach Wilson had to answer questions about Bo Nix. I don't think that's right. You know, you're competing for the same job. There's only 3 spots open, and you're like, hey, Zach, you got to be happy Bo Nix was named the starting quarterback, huh? What are you going to say to that?
That's a good point, though. I didn't think about that in my pick. I didn't think, like, man, he doesn't have anybody breathing down his neck anywhere. He's got Zach Wilson.
And Jason Stidham.
Ooh, I forgot Stidham was there.
Or whatever his name
Jarrett
Stidham.
Kurt, you got a pick yet? Rookie of the Year.
Well, I was thinking that, like, I would go with this big O tackle, Alt. And put him.
Joe Alt from the
Charger,
he's going
with the Chargers. He's got a coach to coach him up. I mean,
he's going to have to get like 50 pancakes and then like fumble recovery for a touchdown.
They always give it to a guy that touches the ball more.
Right. So Alt is not winning.
So I'm not giving it. So I'm not doing that.
No, don't do that. I'm glad we got to talk about him a little bit.
Jaden Daniels. Which probably won't happen, but I'm taking it anyway.
So you're going number 1. You're going number 2. We're skipping number 3,
Just
Drake
a matter
May.
of what do we think anything can happen in Washington? What do you think?
I love their coach. I love their coach, Rob.
I know.
I love their coach, Dan Quinn from the Cowboys.
I can already see the Cowboys defense having problems. He stays in the same division.
Washington.
But listen, you had Saquon Barkley go from the Giants to the Eagles. How did that happen?
That's going to burn Giants fans all year. They're going to be sorry about that. Imagine that option. So? Jalen and Saquon in the backfield.
I've always respected Saquon's game.
Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles-Giants games, I think they're going to be very interesting games, no matter what the records are and when they play in the season. Who gets fired? Our favorite category in the NFL prediction season. Who gets fired? Oh, Dibs, I think I know where you're going, but you say it every year and he still has his job. Kurt, I have no idea because you love to fire people. You might have a whole long list. Let me go, and let me tell you guys, the Carolina Panther head coach, love him, think he's a great guy. Dave Canales is not going to last through the season. He's never coached football before. The owner is going to make some kind of rash decision, and he's definitely wanting to be in the Bill Belichick sweepstakes at the end of the year. Thank you for your service, Dave Canales. It has been a fun season, but he is not going to last through his first NFL season. He will be fired.
This is a tough one. We got a lot of brand new coaches.
Yeah, it's tough to fire on the first.
You got to give the guy at least
Again, I went with the ownership group, knowing that they have no idea what they're doing. And
fair.
Tepper makes decisions at the drop of a hat. I think it could be week 4.
Week 4. We can still turn this around.
They are going to be very bad. The Carolina Panthers may be historically bad this year. Historically.
Over? It's hard to go over.
No, it's not in that division, man. I mean, you got Tampa, you got the New Orleans Saints. I think you can get 2. What is there over and under? It's got to be like 2.5, 3.5. Can't be very high. It's got to be pretty low. Who's getting fired, Rob?
Sean McDermott.
Oh, wow. Kurt, you agree with that?
Yeah.
6 playoff appearances, 4 AFC East division titles, no Super Bowls. I think
there was unrest at the end of that year.
There was.
There was something going on. We had
and Stephon
coordinators
Diggs,
barking at the press.
Stephon Diggs was sent packing. Something was going on in there.
That damn kicker, guys. I'm telling you, if he would have fired that kicker right after he missed that kick in the playoffs, then we wouldn't be talking about this. But he's been on the chopping
And
block
I don't like anybody
years.
getting fired. I'm just throwing a name out there because some of these new guys, you can't fire a guy after 1 year.
But McDermott, like when you get him in 20 below degrees and his face turns red and he's breathing that exhaust. It's Buffalo, man. He is Buffalo.
He is Buffalo, but listen, I'm talking about the Pagulas, the ownership.
Window's shrinking there.
Yep,
the window is
They
shrinking.
want to win championships, and you start hearing from your season ticket holders. You start worrying about, are we going to be able to get these guys to keep buying their suites, all that other
He
kind
is
of
on
stuff.
the hot seat, and you're right. Sweet speaking, I've gotten sent several pictures and videos of the new stadium being built right across the street.
See? There you go.
Bill Belichick. Everybody's in the Bill Belichick.
Right.
suit. I thought you were going to go with the old cowboy, tried and true. We're always trying to fire that guy.
Oh, McCarthy.
McCarthy, yeah.
Yeah, I think I threw that out there last year.
You threw it out there the year before.
So now I didn't throw it out there, so he'll probably get fired.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Working on Kurt and I's philosophy
exactly.
there. Kurt, who's getting fired?
McCarthy. By the way, Nick shows me 5.5 on the Panthers wins. You might
Oh,
want to hop
run.
on that and get down low.
Run. Take the under. McCarthy for Kurt. Okay. The big one, boys. Final question of the player predictions.
Oh, man, I don't have an answer.
MVP. Now, I don't think Dibbs and I are going to gel on this because you're firing the coach that I think the guy that's going to win the MVP. I think it's Josh Allen's year to win the MVP. Not because he's due. I believe he's going to make a lot of plays with his legs. I believe that this offense is going to really revolve around him more than anything. Running backs, you're not that scared of. That's going to be by committee. On the outsides, definitely dwindled without Stephon Diggs. I am a fan of the rookie that buys the jackets from Macy's in the summer, so he gets a discount. I forget his name right now. Keon Coleman. He's going to be decent. But I think Josh Allen is going to will his team to a lot of these victories in Buffalo.
Wow.
And you should see the supermarket displays at Tops for Josh Allen selling Bud Light. Oh, my gosh. They've got so many life-size Josh Allen cutouts in Buffalo right now and make you puke. I wonder what happened with all the Stephon Diggs stuff that they had to get rid of.
I'll go with Patrick Mahomes.
Wow, because you're a Taylor Swift fan.
Big time.
Again with this guy?
You know,
He's going to do it
Gina
again?
from our sales department, she went over to England to see Taylor Swift.
Because she's a big
She's a
Travis
giant-
Kelce fan.
Yeah, she's a huge giant. And Jason Kelsey. Can't wait for that $100 million podcast to come
I
out.
saw that today. Golly. Boys need to get on your podcast.
Start getting the podcast going, man.
Telling you, man. Look at the Kelseys.
Start dating
Telling
a
you,
famous
Nick.
person and get paid.
There you go, Nick. Start your podcast first, then date a famous person.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that-
maybe the
gotta
same
go in
time.
order.
That's
yeah,
right.
got to go in order. Kurt, who's your MVP?
No, it's not. Who do I? Goff.
Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Crazy. You were crazy.
I am.
Listen,
Crazy like an ox.
he had a great year last year.
He did.
They have everyone back, the Detroit Lions. And I think he got a bad rap in L.A. I don't know if he just didn't mesh with McVay's scheme. And I'm such a Campbell
Possible.
fan. Such a Campbell fan. I think everybody who plays for Dan Campbell gets better. I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. Usually, I think you're banking on the team, too. Like, you're banking on the
Well,
Lions
you always
to be
are.
good. Right.
With an MVP pick.
The best team in the league, their quarterback should be in contention for an MVP. So I'm putting it down, Kurt. Golf for Kurt.
Write it down.
Gibbs has got Mahomes.
Mahomie.
I'm taking Josh Allen. No Aaron Rodgers on the board.
He's going to get comeback player of the year.
If they're successful.
If they're successful or if he survives the season, no matter what he puts up there, if he survives at 40, comeback player.
I agree. The most impressive thing of Tom Brady's Tampa Bay run, obviously winning the Super Bowl, obviously clicking so fast and getting with all the guys as soon as he moved down there, to having practice at parks and stuff like that. But his ability to stay untouched and keep his jersey clean, that is an unsung stat in the
art
NFL.
form.
It is an art form.
You have to get down. Cam never would. Some of these other guys are always trying to stretch out. Lamar, this is why Lamar gets banged up all the time. Patrick Mahomes, like you said. Dude,
Josh
just
Allen.
Go down.
He was a little bit better than that, a little more restrained last year, I thought, than the previous years.
Josh Allen?
Yes.
Yeah. because I think he's learned how much it hurts.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers didn't get touched. So
He just snapped on his own.
if he goes 17,
Awful.
and here's the other thing, like if the Jets are bad and he's still playing and he's playing week 16, 17, I'm going to tip my cap to that. If the guy makes it through the season, I think it's a hell of a feat at 40, man. And I think Tom Brady was a hell of a feat at 40.
Was TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year last year? Who was the defensive
If
player of
not,
the
he
year?
was right up there. Maybe your guy, Micah.
19 sacks, man. What a hell of a year. I don't know. I mean, Bobby Wagner had 183 tackles. I'm just looking at the stats from last year.
Old man Bobby Wagner?
Yeah. Can you imagine that, dude? It's a lot of tackles. It's 10 a game.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Again, Thursday, we're at Bobby V's, September 5th. Ravens Chiefs, first game of the season.
Can't wait. Let's take a quick break, come back. Let's talk some more UConn, more speculation. Also talk about maybe some WNBA, some close games last night. It's the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive here on Fox Sports Radio.